Welcome to Home Capital's series on home ownership. Buying your first house can be a daunting task, and in this series, we simplify the entire process for you. From the different borrowers, let's look at the various aspects of a home loan or the various features that are associated with a home loan. The first is the type of a home loan that you can apply for when you approach a bank or a HFC. The most common is the home purchase loan, which is a standard home loan to purchase a house, and the interest rate that is charged to you would be a function of the MCLR rate of the bank, and the tenure for a home loan can go up to 30 years. The second kind of loan that you can apply for is a home improvement loan. This is a loan which you apply when you want to repair or renovate your house, and the interest rate that is charged to you for these loans again is a function of the MCLR rate. Generally, the tenure for a home loan improvement is up to a maximum of 15 years, and these are unsecured short-term loans, as a result of which they do not require a mortgage to be done against your property. Finally, the third kind of home loan is your NRI home loan, wherein an NRI, that is a non-resident Indian, or a PIO, that is a person of Indian origin, can easily apply for a home loan to the banking institution, and the interest rate being charged to them also is a function of the MCLR rate, and the tenure also can go up to 30 years when a NRI applies for a home loan. Extremely popular these days are home loans that come with a overdraft facility. Now, what do we mean by that? It is basically a home loan account where if the EMI is an amount of 45,000 and if you deposit an amount of 50,000, what happens is that extra amount of 5,000 will help you reduce the interest that is computed on the outstanding loan. But whenever you need the money, you can withdraw the money from this loan account. So basically, if you take a home loan with the overdraft facility and you have excess money at any particular time, you can deposit the same with your banking institution, and when the interest on the home loan is computed, it is computed after taking into account the fact that you've deposited 5,000 rupees extra, so a lower interest rate is charged to you. But at the same time, you have the flexibility that if you want to withdraw this 5,000, that extra 5,000 that you paid to the bank, you can withdraw it and use it for your personal requirements, and it is only when you withdraw this amount that the interest will be charged at the higher home loan that is outstanding after you withdraw these extra funds that you deposited with the bank. This facility helps you save or reduce the total interest cost that you need to bear on your home loan by depositing your extra funds with the banking institution as and when the extra funds are available with you. The factors that determine the amount of home loan that you will be eligible for are common across banks and the housing finance institutions. The most common factor or the most important factor is your credit score, which determines how good or how bad a borrower you are. The higher is the credit score you have, the better borrower you are considered, and when you're applying to your bank, you can expect a smaller spread, or when you're applying to HFC, you can expect a higher discount, both of which will result in a lower lending rate for you as a borrower. Your capacity to borrow basically is a function of how much income you earn on a monthly basis, and it determines your capability to service the home loan. So higher the income, higher the cash flow surplus in your hand, it improves your capacity to service the loan. And when you take a loan jointly with another person, the income of both the persons is considered when arriving at your capacity to service the loan. And finally, the collateral, which is the value of the house, is taken into account while determining the amount of home loan that you will be eligible for. As per RBI guidelines, only an amount equal to 80% of the value of the house can be extended to you as a home loan. So the value of the home that you are purchasing plays an important role in determining how much home loan you'll be eligible for, as that home is actually being placed as a collateral against the loan that is being extended to you by the banking institution. A very common discussion when taking a home loan is the debate between whether you should be taking a fixed home loan or a floating rate home loan. A fixed rate loan is basically a loan in which your EMI will remain constant throughout the period of the loan. So whether you take a loan for a 10-year or a 20-year period, in a fixed rate loan, your EMI remains constant because the interest rate that is charged to you remains constant through the period of the loan. When you take a floating rate loan, your EMI will keep on varying based on the change in the interest rate that is being charged to you. So what happens in case of a floating rate loan is the interest rate charged to you changes because the interest rate being charged to you is computed as MCLR plus a certain spread. Now as the MCLR rate changes, the rate which is charged to you also changes. So if the MCLR goes up, the interest rate charged to you also would go up, and if the MCLR comes down, the interest rate charged to you also would come down. As your interest rate fluctuates, that is, it goes up or down, your EMI also fluctuates in the same direction, because when the interest rates go up, your EMI also would go up. A fixed rate loan is generally 1 to 2% more expensive compared to a floating rate loan. So if you were to book a loan today and you were to compare the rates of a fixed rate and a floating rate, you will always find floating rate loans more lucrative because they are generally 1 to 2% cheaper than a fixed rate loan. So whether you take a floating rate loan or a fixed rate loan depends on when you're taking a loan and the interest rate environment. In the current interest rate environment where the interest rates are at their absolute lows compared to the rates in the past, a floating rate looks extremely attractive because it is the cheapest way to take a home loan. But as the interest rates reverse and they start going up and they start increasing, what will happen is your floating rate also would increase, and so would your EMI on the home loan. A fixed rate loan works extremely well for someone who has a fixed regular income, so that with a fixed rate loan they have clarity on the payment they need to make and are not worried about the fact that tomorrow if the interest rates go up, their EMIs also would go up. Whereas a floating rate interest would work depending on the prevailing interest rates and the expected outlook of the movement in interest rates in the future, for which it will be a good idea to actually consult with your financial advisor before taking a call on whether you should go for a fixed rate loan or a floating rate loan. The Home Capital community assists and guides you successfully through your journey of home ownership. Join India's first community of home buyers and home owners and take your next step towards home ownership.